Thanks, Chair. In the composition of the board, the Act says that 9 members of the board, which must include the chairperson and deputy chairperson, will constitute the quorum at any meeting of the board. It actually says 9 members. It does not say 50% of members or 50% plus 1. So there must be 9 warm bodies. And we do not have that now with the SABC, meaning that there is no more a board of SABC that can constitutionally and legally take decisions. Now, the Act does not provide for what should happen when a board has dissolved itself. The Act does not provide for what are the interim measures. I think what we need to do, actually there's no need for an inquiry. Maybe I must withdraw my earlier proposal because there's no need for an inquiry because the board is non-existent in any way. Let's request the Speaker to convene the National Assembly sitting earlier than the 25th of October in terms of the current program of Parliament, and then would then constitute an interim board as is required by the law. An interim board of 5 that is going to run the affairs until we've interviewed the number that is required for the 12, and then they will then be completed by the remaining ones. The problem is that if we do not do anything now, we're leaving a vacuum. The people who are remaining as appointed board members, they cannot sit to take any decision because they're not legally permissible to do so.
Can you repeat that?
The ones who are remaining now cannot sit and take decisions because they're not legally permissible to take decisions on anything that relates to the SABC because it requires a minimum of 9 members to take decisions. So the proposal is that let us as a committee request the Speaker to convene an extraordinary sitting of the National Assembly to then take a decision on filling the vacant, like the interim, on putting the interim board, because that is what the Act provides for, that you can put an interim board in place. And then we'll then engage in the process afterward. Actually, the Parliament has been convened before when there were urgent decisions that had to be taken. I remember when we had to be suspended by Parliament as the EFF. A special sitting was convened for that purpose. So now this is a serious issue about saving a public broadcaster that must be attended to as a matter of urgency, that we have to appoint an interim board, and then they will be given a mandate in terms, and it will be easier because once I've got an interim board, let us say next week, Tuesday or Thursday, then we can then give that mandate, a new mandate to the interim board, that part of the things that they have to do is to comply with the PP report, deal with some of the transitional issues, we appoint a permanent board that will stabilize management of SABC, and then we have a functional public broadcaster which has got management, not one individual.